Welcome to the Vitruvian Health Muscle Hypertrophy Phase 2 program. Here with Kate.
Hello.
And the voiceover of Carl. Hello. So we're going to get straight into this. It is the A series. You have 3 exercises and you're going to do the left leg on all of them first. So we're going to do a single leg glute lift. So right knee to chest and push the arms down, hips extend and smooth back down. Now we're going to perform 5 reps for each exercise here before we transition over to the next one. So you've got time to check in on the form. Once you've done your 5th rep, you'll straighten out the bottom leg and then roll over to a side clam. Now obviously in the program you're going to do 20 to 30 reps, maybe chuck in a poser like Kate just did, and then lift the knee back down. Once you've completed your reps here, you're going to roll into your stomach, prop yourself up, and bring your left foot to your left hand, active pigeon. Now you'll notice here, pushing onto the blade edge of the foot to roll the knee out, shifting the weight over and then back up. Notice blade edge of foot and then back onto the foot itself. So you're really working the ankle and the hip as well. Once you've completed your reps there, you'll straighten out the leg, roll back over into your back, and you'll commence the single leg glute lift for the right leg now. So left knee to chest, down and up. Now you'll notice in the video there is a kettlebell and there is a little weight plate in the background. These are and a band on the couch. These are all needed for this program. However, if you don't have a weight plate, you can use a book or a kettlebell. You could use some weights or a bag of weights. Don't worry, we also have that. But we have a kettlebell, so we're going to use that instead. Everything's ready. So side clam, notice that the foot is behind the calf here. Some people will find their foot can go around their knee or the ankle. It's really preference for you to engage the glute med. That's the side glute. And from here on the stomach, press up, and then we have the active pigeon. So side angle now, really see how Kate is shifting her weight left to right. She's on her fingertips, so most of the weight is in the legs. If you're new to this, then maybe there's a little more weight in your fingers or your hands. Now once we perform that, have a little rest, shake out your legs, and then we're going to come up and go into the single leg controlled pistol squat. So we're going to be working on building strength in our legs. Everyone's going to be at a different pace here, so we are focusing on going quite slow and controlled. So Kate's going to take 10 seconds to travel to the bottom. Now let's begin. 10, 9, 8, 7. Now stop here. If you notice you're getting like there's a bit of a challenge there, then come straight back up. That is your range of movement. Now go forward again. Now Kate, you can see, is lifting her top leg. She's going to stop, bend her left knee, and she's going to travel down. Her foot will stay on that floor, so it's assisting her, on the toe, on the heel, and going down slowly. So you're putting a little bit of weight into that left leg, but your right leg is doing the majority of the work here. Okay, and push straight back up. Now you notice that Kate lifted her heel. That is unacceptable. You're not to do that because that means you're shifting your weight forward, which is going to put more load through your knee. You need to keep the weight in your heel and you need to keep the weight in that right leg. So you need to control this. The bench is there to assist. You can put a bit of weight in your hand as well, but you need to keep the weight in that right leg. If you can't go full range, then that's okay. You just modify the range. So she's using this left leg to support her weight. Chest should be nice and proud. So you can see Kate's slumping quite far forward. She's really pushing the knee forward. So we can see that she's putting most of her weight into her left leg. So Kate, you need to bend your left knee and take the weight out of it and put it into your right leg. There we go.
Oh, I feel it in my right leg. Don't worry.
And change legs. So just because people can do a pistol squat full range of movement doesn't mean that you need to. You need to really, with this exercise, really focus on a slow, controlled range of movement. You need to stop straightening out the right leg. Just because you saw it on YouTube or in another video doesn't mean you need to do that. You can actually bend your right knee and use it to support you to build the strength around your ankles, knees, and hips. So really be cautious with this exercise. That's why it's called a slow, controlled pistol squat. So you're controlling the range, listening to your body and seeing what's going on here. Great work. We're aiming for 5 to 10 reps. If you can't do 5, just record maybe 3 or 4, and the next time see if you can get a little bit more. Right, from there we're going to go into a single leg Romanian deadlift, so coming forward, feet together. Now this time you're going to be balancing on one leg and hinging from the hips. So there's a little bit of weight in the right leg here, and we're going to push our hips back as far as we can and chest forward. And notice Kate has her right hand on behind her back and her left hand on her chest, just to give her feedback. What's the chest doing? What's the back doing? Is it arching? Is it buckling? Once you've done your 30 reps, change legs. So for this sequence, we're not doing an isometric hold, we're just working that range of movement. If you'd like to increase the intensity, put in a 20-second isometric hold at end range on your last rep. All right. Then you would go back to the pistol squat and commence that again. Now from here we're going to go into the C group. So we're going to go into a lateral lunge. So we're going to pick up the kettlebell, hold it in front of our chest, feet nice and wide, and we're going to shift our weight left to right. So you can go down and straight back up. The objective is to get your bum to touch your ankle. Kate has a little bit of restriction here in this movement, so she's going to work that range. Pause and then back up. Now to really work on that range of movement, pause here, shift all the way to the other side. So you're not going to come up, you're just going to shift left to right. So really challenging that end range of movement. You won't go as low, but this is more ideal for building up your strength in your adductors and lateral movement. This will be really powerful for building strength in your squat movement. Once you've completed that, put the weight down, stand up and grab the band, placing it around your knees, and we're going for a banded hip extension. Now, a common mistake that most people make with this exercise is they lie flat on the back. We're actually going to use a couch to put our back against it, and then we're going to fully extend the hips. So we're going to go bum to the floor. Now, elbows are on the couch as well, so you've got a little more support. And you're going to extend your hips, and at the top, push your knees out as wide as you can. Pushing the knees out as wide as you can, and then back down. So Kate, you can see here has her, she's wrenched her shoulders up, and so she's flaring the shoulders. She needs to push her elbows out as far as she can, so her back and elbows are on the couch here, so she's comfortable. Then pushes the hips up and knees out. Now you'll see here, when she extends her hips up, her knees are actually less, the knee bend is more than 90 degrees. So bring your feet forward more, Kate, and then drive those hips up and extend and pause, knees push out at the top. So as your hips go down, the knees will collapse in a little bit, that's natural. And then as you drive the hips up, push the knees out at the same time. So knees in, hips down, knees out, as you drive the hips up to get the most out of the glute max and glute med. So hip extension with banded abduction. Adduction is adding the thighs together. As you can see here, there's adduction, and then abduction is pushing up and away. So stop at the top for me, Kate, just to really demo this. Push your knees out wider, 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 wider. That's what we want. It's quite hard with a hard band. Yeah. Good, and then take the band off. Then we come into our final routine, which is the D series. We're going to grab onto the kettlebell again, and we're going to go for a 1 1/4 split squat. So with the split squat, it's the opposite to the lateral lunge, so we're not going side to side, we're now going forward and back. So you step forward, lift your back heel up as high as you can, turn your front foot out 15 degrees, and then you're going to go forward and down like an escalator, all the way down. If you've noticed here with Kate, she can't go all the way down, she's going to bend her back knee to give us some more range of movement, all the way down, quarter pulse, and up, back to standing. So here we can see Kate is actually having a bit of trouble here.
Yep.
So this is tightness in the hips. So my recommendation here is if you can't achieve full range of movement, that means go down. Your thigh should be just below the knee. So we can see Kate can't quite get there. She's really having to bend her knee. Cheater. You're going to come back up. You're going to bring your back foot in a bit more. And then you're just going to bend your back knee. So you're going to travel down, and you're going to hold this for an isometric hold for 30 seconds. The beauty of holding a weight is when it starts to get really, really hard, you can drop the weight. You can see Kate's lifting up, cheater. Go lower, hold, knee does not touch the floor, but it's almost touching the floor. Go lower, hold there. Chest up nice and tall, reach your arms up to the sky. Hallelujah! and change legs. Once you can perform this for 3 reps of 30 seconds, alternating legs, you can then commence the 1 1/4 split squats. So good test for yourself. You're reaching the arms up and over your head to get more stretch through the hip flexor, which is causing the restriction in this movement. And then from there, stand up, give yourself a little high five, yay! And then pick a D2 exercise from the glute finisher and repeat. Have fun.
Woohoo! Enjoy.
Enjoy.
It is from love.